So hey guys, it's me, Forgotten again, and I'm back to not bitching. Well, it is bitching again, but to continue discussing what I was talking about in the last video, and just how goddamn annoying it is. It still is, and just how goddamn mad it's making me. It's just it blows my mind that a person who's doing so well can do a 180. Well, not a 180. Let's maybe a 90. Let's call it a 90. All right, kind of halfway back to where they were going, but not really. They haven't completely flipped the bitch. And it's just the same fucking problem. It's the dude, it's my friend with the same fucking douche. Just remember, this is me bitching about people who just won't fucking learn from past mistakes. And I understand that, people can change, and that's great. They can. But there are some people who won't change no matter what. They refuse to. They will not. They just, for some reason, will hold on to the shitty personality of theirs and refuse to change it. And at the end of the day, you can try and try to help them. But unless they want to, they're never gonna. And that's just how it is. And that's what you gotta learn. Is that person who you, let's just say, fell in love with, it they won't ever it you will they will never be that first, sort of, this is why I fell in love with you. You will always have that thought of that little cupid, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, of this is why you fell in love with them, and you will always look for that little reason why you fell in love with them in them, even if they're a fucking worthless piece of garbage. And I get that you're trying to look for the silver lining, but here's the thing: if the silver lining is a fucking paper thin, note card in a goddamn 2,000 page essay that's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? The 1% does not make up the other 99%. I'm sorry to say. And it, people, I want to understand. I want to do, because I'm assuming it's just the hope. It's just the hope that the person can change and go back to being the way they were, or develop into that person you want them to be. We all have that. And it's when at, it gets to a point where it's causing you harm, not maybe physically, but just it's mentally harming you. It's causing you stress, you're having breakdowns, you're having anxiety attacks from this, and you're just freaking out, you're crying or whatever, you're breaking down. And it just gets to a point where this is now literally causing you harm. You're putting yourself through this, and it's causing you harm, and this person is getting what they want. They're getting that attention, they're getting what they want from you, and they're causing you to break down because they want you to be wrapped around their finger. They want you to love them and care for them in this, but they don't feel that way about you. They just want to use you. They want you wrapped around the finger. You're never going to leave them. They're yours. You are their possession. And that's what it is with this. And I've explained it time and time again, but because of my position I'm in, and because of, all right, here's the position I'm in. I'll explain that first. It's the fact of, it's the same best friend or whatever that I've had for 5 years now and whatever. And it's the fact of, this is how jealous the guy gets. The guy is completely jealous. He's jealous of every single one of her guy friends, who she hangs out with. If she's hanging out with someone, he has to know who, why, how long. If she can't reply to a message, why is she busy? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? And I mean, there is like a common thing where, like, someone's like, oh, I have these plans today, I'm gonna go, or like, I have these cool plans, I'm really excited for today. And the normal response is gonna be ask about that, or you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go drinking. It's like, oh cool, where are you gonna go drinking at, or whatever. Those are basic questions. But once you get past this basic, it's like, well, who are you going with? How long are you going with? Why are you going with them? What are you gonna do afterwards? Blah 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 blah. And it's just, it becomes like 20 questions or an interrogation to search for an answer, like you're thinking they're gonna go fuck this person or whatever. And it got to a point to where, here's the thing: my friend is long distance now, and they live far away from me. Like, I literally have to go 5,000, 3,000 miles to go visit them. And this dude got jealous of me, and it's the fact of, I'm 5,000 miles away. I have a part-time job, and I'm paying bills. I have to pay for car, I have to pay for the house, bills, all that. So I don't have a lot of money. But in his mind, I am somehow a threat to him, to to bang her pretty much is his thing. He thinks that I'm in love with her and all this shit. And this is how like bad it is the fact of one, he's assuming that he's going to not even get cheated on because they're not, remember, they're not dating. They're just exclusive, quote unquote. And the fact is, I got a promotion at my job where I'll hopefully be getting more hours and more money. And as her being the girl that I've been talking about in the relationship with the asshole, being one of my best friends, I told her, it's like, hey, I got good news. I got this promotion. I'm so happy. I'm so excited because when you get something cool or whatever in your life, you just want to tell someone. You want to tell your friends, like, yeah, this is fucking awesome, right? You get a new car, you get a new video game, you ace your test. You want to tell someone. It makes you feel good, right? And so that's what I did. And he had read the message, and I guess he and this was his exact phrase that she told me. This was his exact phrase. It's like, why is he talking to you like you're his wife? Why is he telling you that? Why doesn't he post it on Facebook or whatever? And she looked at him and went, "Are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm his friend. He told me he got a promotion. He was happy. He just wanted to let me know. It's and in his mind, I'm assuming what he read was, I got this promotion, I got money now, fucking come live with me, I'll be your sugar daddy, I'll fuck you every, like, I'm assuming that was what his mindset was, because Jesus Christ, I don't know how you could turn that into, he thinks you're his wife from that, and it's like that with every single person that is her friend. That's how he treats it. Everyone is a threat to his, it's not a relationship, to, I'm I'm going to use this term, to his toy, because that's what I feel like she is to him. It is his plaything. It is his prize. It's his personal possession, and it's just irritating because I'll get fucking mad, and it came to a point where she's like, well, I want you to talk with him to let him know that it's not like that. Just convince him that it's not like that between you and me. And I'm like, I'm not one. It's like, sure, I could do that because that's the truth. There's nothing going on between us. But it's the fact that I have to do that. I have to clarify my relationship to you and tell him to make him feel better that I'm not in love with you. With even if I was, it's none of my fucking. It's none of not mine. It's none of his fucking business. Even if I was. And when you have someone who's so controlling over your life that they're constantly questioning you, like, well, do you like this person? Are you dating this person? Are you banging this person? Or whatever. That it's very constricting on her, and that was the main reason they broke up. Is she had a group of friends. She was friends with a lot of people in school. She got along with everyone well. She would talk. She would go hang out. She would go to the skate park. Go do this. Go do that. Go do this. And eventually it just closed in on her to where she was stuck in her room when he lived with her because he didn't want her to go do anything because he was afraid that she was going to do this or do that. And none of their friends wanted to go hang out with her because if you were going to go hang out with her, you had to hang out with him, and he's a fucking douche, and no one wanted to do that. So she lost a lot amount of her friends, and it's already starting to show itself. The history is starting to repeat itself a little bit, and I'm just trying my hardest to help her, just explain, but because of the position I'm in, my words will not mean shit. I can tell her it, she can accept it into her brain, but that doesn't mean she's going to accept it. She, as stupid as it sounds, in her heart, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And oh my god, it is just driving me nuts, and it is irritating the fuck out of me. I don't know, you guys. I don't know, and this is fucking ridiculous. But that's where it's at, and that's exactly what happened about an hour ago. I couldn't sleep because of work, whatever. I was bored. I was like, hey, I bet she's still up. I messaged her like, hey, you want to talk? She's like, yeah, sure. I'm just downloading music or whatever, and we're talking. And she goes, oh, I might be getting a call. And I'm like, oh, I'm assuming it's from asshole. She's like, no. I said, all right, maybe, whatever. She's like, yeah, it's a maybe. And it's so controlling because if he calls, she's gone. She has to answer that because it's him, and it's starting to control her again. And it's very worrisome because I'm afraid history is going to repeat itself. No matter how hard I try to make it not, because at the end of the day, it is up to her to see where this is leading to. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I could be wrong. Anyway, this has been, I guess I'm going to call this my daily bitch. I don't know. I'll name it something else, though. You guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Comment down below. I will talk to you guys later.